Alright, welcome to an Art Time episode starring the cat's frickin' whiskers coming in the way of the screen. I did a little bit of work up of a camera, of course, but only because I didn't really know how the hell I was going to take this particular drawing. But today we are drawing the Lavender Desert, or in this case, coloring it in and probably shading and texturing it and then doing all that stuff. But I wasn't entirely too sure how I wanted to draw the Lavender Desert. Let me open up my swatch. And let me open up the original that I did a long time ago. Now, was it 8 or was it 7? Ah, yes. This is what it looked like before, in the beginning. It was pretty barren, right? So I decided to expand upon it a little bit more now that I've been doing areas in the region. So now we got a little bit more to it than what we had before. So, as per usual, if you enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Now, I guess I should probably explain to y'alls what the regions are going, or areas, I mean, not regions. The areas within said region are going to be, and what they all entail. And now the cat's still in heat, and she's going to keep meowing. Annoyingly enough, she needs to understand that that's not helping anyone. Alright, so, yes, the regions, right, or the areas, I mean, Christ. So, there's 5 areas within the, in most regions, at least 5 is the minimum that I'm trying to go for here, at least. And, each region or area, Christ, I don't know why the hell I keep calling it a region. Each area is a little bit different from the other ones, a little bit different from the last. Also, the cat moved the damn chair in the other direction, so I'm gonna fix that. So you're gonna remove the carpet. There. But yes, each area has some significant difference. That's, the basis of it all. I'm going to change up, some of the main theme is still going to consist of purple sand. So, trying to move that crap back. Cat. So, I guess the first region I should talk about is the sand dunes. At least that's the name I'm probably going to be sticking with. We'll see what happens once we've, fully start writing up everything. But yes, the sand dunes over here, in this area over here, is basically just your average, normal, everyday desert. I'm going to actually rename this to a rocky sand. Well, not really rocky sand, but more like, dune sand. I'm going to try to, branch things off a bit here. We got rocky sand, stuff like that. This sand down here is going to be a combo of the two. Oh my god, cat, shut up. So for instance, this is going to be like this, same layer, but the sand takes a completely different 180 change color. Shush! My god, this cat needs to stop being in heat. Still gonna try to keep that He's meowing out a window where no cats reside. There are no cats out there. The only thing you will find out there are dogs. The 2 pit bulls upstairs. Assuming they're out there, doing their business, waking up the 2 upstairs. Now, shake. So the dunes is basically like what we saw in that drawing that I just showed you. I should also do the trees here. The trees I haven't exactly figured out what I plan on doing with them. I think a nice lavender kind of color right here would work. Kind of the, match the whole Lavender Desert theme. Well, probably should do this first before I do anything else. And then we got red tips on the top. Probably going to be a darker red, so let's bring this like that. And are where be the trees will reside. The tree leaves. I haven't really thought of a name for this particular area yet, but let's talk about the dunes for a second. So obviously the dunes, you know, sands and all that stuff, kind of like, just like, you know, sand dunes. There's some rock formations here and there, rarely. Occasionally you see these skull and giant, like, head-shaped looking... What's the word I'm looking for? Rock formations. I said it before and then I somehow forgot. But you see those rock formations every now and again. Now, is this the color of the tree that I want? Strange pink color, or pink color, pale purple color, but it kind of does strangely work. So, yeah, that's what you mostly see out there. Alongside all the demons, of course, but we're mostly just talking about, like, the regions right now, not really the demons. I guess this is probably going to combine. So I shall do this, mayhaps. Yeah, put that like right here. Ooh, one more here. Is that above or below? Should be above that, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, and I guess this is probably going to need to be this, isn't it? Seriously, cat. So the one major thing here with this particular region that we're working on, the grass region in this area with the rocks, is the fact that it kind of combines a bit. Some trees kind of cut into this particular region, some rocks, you know, get close to it but not entirely close. Oh my god, cat, shut up. It's annoying to have to hear that every time when I'm trying to freaking sleep. Shut up! Come here, look, shut up. There's no male cats nearby. Stop being a douche. Don't you whir at me. And don't you shake your head at me either. Christ, it's so annoying. I know I probably should get her neuter, but it's not like she's going to frickin' find any male cats to mate with because she's literally stuck in here all day. Not really much you can do about that. So if there's not much you can do, you stop meowing for male cats that don't even exist. Your chaps at me. But yes, nuisances aside. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of lost my train of thought here. You and your distractions, cat. And we got like arches like these, kind of just like there doing their thing. Oh, wait a minute. Where is this? Where is that arch again? Wait, where is that arch? Oh, well. That's right. You're supposed to be above the sands. I forgot. You're supposed to be here. So that would mean that this needs to be this. Go. Well, I guess now I just gotta do a little bit more of this on the bottom part here. Mayhaps, maybe have a kind of collide somewhat, so to speak. Anyways, if I can get the goddamn frog out of my throat, I could talk to y'all about the show that I've been watching as of late that I've been telling you about for a little bit of time. So we're on episode. We just did episode 10. I mean, I already knew that scene happened. You know, we're talking about like Full Metal Alchemist here, Brotherhood, of course. I already knew that scene happened, but for some reason I thought it was way later down the road. Still annoying. Still ticks me off. And part of me is heavily debating whether or not I should get vengeance. Now, okay, so, yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all know who I'm talking about, y'all know who the culprit is. So, this, that probably is spoilers that I already saw, but it probably doesn't really matter. This, shapeshifter, yes, this shapeshifter is apparently, according to the wiki, androgynous? Whatever that word is that I'm trying to think about. So, I am debating, internally debating, on whether or not I should have Luna not only pay him a visit, and probably will still have to refer to him, as well as Lust a visit. Now, I'm debating this because, for one thing, brain confused, even though I know that's not really, a dude, nor a girl. It's probably in the same form of as Pito. Although, the main difference with Pito is Pito probably has no genitalia, and, well, I don't know about, the whole shape-shifting thing. No doubt probably has it too, but you know what? Maybe. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the future has in store for us. Alright, so here's the Dune Sands. I'm just getting the main stuff set up. Just making sure I have you guys paying attention. But yes, that's something that we are thinking about. Definitely with Lust at some point. We could definitely have Luna do that. But, aside from that, yes, that was kind of a dick move. I would have thought that he'd live for a long time, or at least until maybe episode 20 or something. But so soon? So soon? Episode 10? Of all the episodes? Why does my brain think that moment happened way later down the episode? Way later in the series, and not literally less than 1/6 of the way there, but you get the point. I would have thought that wouldn't happen until later. Because I do vaguely remember seeing that scene. Oh, I remember the telephone booth. I remember that greatly. But, yes. Luna does go for both guys and girls, and since envy is neither, that's how you say a win-win. No, not really a win-win. It's more like a no-brainer. That's the phrase I'm looking for. It's a no-brainer. So, maybe, I don't know, if somebody wants to take that idea and draw it, I will allow you to do so. I will allow you to draw anything of my characters, so long as ye make it known that they are my characters that you are drawn. Fan art related, kind of. So, with that being said, it's not as bad as, Commander Garter. If anybody reads the Nova Guardian series, anybody who knows that, it's already out, the first episode, the series that I'm making. So I could say spoilers for those who haven't read it and are like, I want to read this. I don't want to get spoiled, so I'm going to go on ahead and skip this. No, it's the first episode. So all you got to do is just read the drawing, the description in DeviantArt, and then there you go. But yes, Commander Garter. He was a character that I made and I introduced. And then I promptly kill him off in the first episode. I thought it was going to be a more he'd had more staying power. But I had different plans, apparently, and then Commander Garter died. It kind of does work in favor of the plot of the series. With how everything went. Oh, I think this is supposed to be somewhere else, actually. Hold up. That would be underneath. Alright, I got it. But yes, it does make sense for the plot of the series. Commander Garter dies. And Vanessa, spoilers for episode 2. Vanessa and Kihana becomes the, basically Garter's replacement. as his, what was his name again? Duvall? I forgot. Darwin? I can't remember. He's a villain that I haven't only really used twice so far. Well, villain. More like a corporate villain. Oh, and apparently we got a very bad supervisor on A shift now. Thank God I'm not on A shift. But, yeah. Apparently there's this really terrible supervisor who's just a dick on A shift. They really know how to hire them, don't they? Anyways, I'm not really gonna go into that. It's not really my problem until he moves over to B shift somehow. Better not. I don't feel like dealing with any more douchebag supervisors. You know how annoying it is to have to deal with supervisors who are just dicks for no reason other than to be a dick? Is your life that terrible that you have to be a dickwad to everybody? Anyways, yes, as I was saying before when I'm talking series, before I lose my trace of thought again for the update's time. Yeah, the entirety of that. Commander Garter's death allowed for Vanessa and Kihana to become the quote-unquote commander. Well, I guess Vanessa is the commander. Spoilers. Well, Vanessa episode 2 spoiler still. Spoiler for episode 2, Vanessa is a commander of the main group, the characters out of which we are following in the series mainly. She is their commander. The same as Kihana is the commander of everyone else, while it's pretty obvious that Kihana is going to get, more people, more commanders or teachers, quote-unquote, professors, I guess you would call it, because they're all, in their 20s. Well, there's only, a couple who are 15 years old. The only 2 who are under 18. But you get the point. Kihana, Vanessa, and Arya, who I believe my brain is blanking on whether or not... Ooh, notification! Thank you, AvoGuardian93, for giving me a llama badge, and Soda Bro for fun for adding Rocker Chick to your favorites. I'm gonna just double check and make sure that Arya... Was it Arya or Arya? Yeah, it's Arya. Just need to make sure because my brain, for some reason, has a hard time trying to remember the characters' names. Kihana is easier because that's literally there's no way you can forget that. And Vanessa is now easier because every time I think about the main character of this series, I must think about Duke and Smurfs saying Vanessa, or however the hell it says. And there's Nurse Arya. Hard to remember. Remember Shikama. And then there was Yashashi. Then John and Tina are pretty freaking easy, so that's not really that big of a difficult name to remember. I'll talk about some good old-fashioned yo. I'm wondering if I should make these mountains a different color. But yeah, that. At the very least, with what was his name again? Hughes. You already know who I'm talking about at this point. So at this point, if you didn't know who I was talking about, well, shame on you. But Hughes, he had 10 episodes, so at least he had some time to grow. Commander Garter, on the other hand, I literally introduced him as a red shirt. He looked like he was going to be an important character. But just like the fake king that was introduced in the 93rd? The episode where, the king goes to the palace. You know what I'm talking about. Hunter x Hunter. Just like him. Well, no, he was introduced and killed, immediately. At least Garter had a time to shine. And actually showed prowess. But it also did show... Okay, so, for those who aren't able to understand the lesson for some reason, it showed that this slime tongue, who was supposedly an S rank, was a very powerful adversary. I'm going to say adversary for some freaking reason. I don't know why. But yes, it showed that... okay, so apparently I only had 3 rocks. That the slime tongue was a very powerful adversary. It was able to manage... Well, she was able to manage to kill Commander Garter, even after being severely weakened via his powerful blows. And of course, it took Vanessa everything within her power to be able to, well, I wanted to make that fight seem longer, but I didn't really have a whole lot of freaking space to do so, which kind of sucked. Wait, why am I putting this here? This spire is in the wrong spot. It needs to be here. Ah, crap. But yes, I really did want to make that fight seem a little longer. But it was the first episode I made where I had a limitation of how much I could put in with DeviantArt's limited well, you know. Excuse me for a second. I had chicken parm and fries for dinner. So the effects are still there, kind of. What? Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong head. Still, though, it was a good way to show off that, nope, wrong layer. It was a good way to show off that an S rank, like the Slime Tongue, is powerful enough to kill one S rank soldier. Of course, there's something else to it more than just that, but I don't think I've said this yet in the series, so I will hold off on saying it until we get to the point where we talk about it. It'll make sense when you see it. I probably am going to have it be like either episode 6 or episode 5. I haven't figured it out yet. I know what I plan on doing for the scene, like the introduction of like a certain like mechanic that we obviously don't have any knowledge about. I know what I plan on doing in that department. Thing is, where is the sky? There it is. I can't really say it yet until I actually make the episode and write it all out. Which, by the way, the 4th episode is probably going to happen somewhere, maybe in May to July area. In between that particular point, I'm going to color in the sky. Somewhere around that point there. I haven't really figured out the date yet. I mean, don't forget, the Nova Guardian series is a pain to, like, write up. Alright, like, it took me 8 hours to write the last episode. 8 hours! And I was doing that straight. 8 hours straight to write the entirety of that episode. And, also, the cover and all that stuff. Also, by the by, this right here, maybe not, do I want that? It would make sense if we use that for the, they call it. This is a oil puddle. This is where oil resides. Let me see something for a second. Oil. No, oil. It's black oil, right? Right? Isn't oil black? Black oil? Whoops. Yeah. Although, yeah, I'll keep it black. But yeah, this is a oil patch. Basically, there's going to be like a certain demon that I'm going to have coming out of those. But for now, we'll worry about that later. I'll do this part last. Right now, I want to kind of focus on other aspects. So, this area is a crystal-esque kind of area. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Let me go to the rock over here. Crystal 1. The crystals. Of course. Yeah. 50% red, blood red crystals. Located specifically within something, the mineral something area. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. I'll figure out a name when I'm making the entire thing. Right now I need to dedicate brain power to come up with a name, and then I'll probably forget it if I do it on the video, so it's best that I do it this way. But yes, this right here, these are crystals. I don't know what these crystals are for yet. I made them because I think they look cool, but I've yet to give them an actual purpose. Don't worry, they will have a purpose. But for right now, they're just there to look cool. They will have some form of purpose. What is that purpose, you may ask? Well, it's gotta be something important to risk your lives going into the Lavender Desert. Perhaps it has some form of healing properties, or it's a very powerful, condensed kind of crystal, capable of giving ye some upgraded equipment or whatnot. I know I'm just spitballing ideas here. None of them will probably stick, but that's fine. Alright, I'm going to separate this, like so. Crystal, ooh, that's crystals. Crystals 3B. I was debating on making a Minecraft video today, but I kind of want to get this done with in case they decide to put Saturday up on the board. Right now, Saturday's on the board, but you can't really trust those fools. It sucks, but it's best that whoops! It's best that I try to get this done with as quickly and efficiently as possible within the week. Right now, it's only Wednesday, correct? Well, it's about to be Thursday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. We got 2 more days left. Debating on if I would even have enough time to, like, how you say, get another drawing. Also, we are getting quite close to 1,000 watchers. Last I checked, we're 997. We still there? Yep, 997. So we are close to 1,000 watchers. Not as close, but we are getting quite close. Close enough to a point where I can consider replacing what I originally had in mind for this particular instance with, well, I guess it depends, really. The milestone drawing for when we reach 1,000 will take place at some point. Thing is, I don't exactly know when that's going to happen. Now, chances are we're probably not going to hit anywhere past the number that we want to try to hit before we, like, get to the next mature drawing. Which, I haven't really figured out what I want to do with it exactly. I was thinking about my Vulcan girl. The little red fire goblin girl from Crush 'Em All. Which I was going to say, I was going to stick with goblin, but I'm thinking imp would probably make the most sense due to, like, the fire kind of theme going there in that particular area out of which she resides in. Actually, I kind of want to reverse those. I was thinking about that, but I don't know about that yet. I was thinking about maybe going for Erica and Beverly's arc, continuing that one. But then I also figured out that there was like, five girls I was planning on drawing there. Oops, I forgot these rocks here. We'll see what happens. As it stands right now, I have no clue. We still got a couple more drawings left to do after this one, of course, before we have to really worry about focusing on that. But we got like 8 ideas we can draw so far, so it's not like we're going to be running out of ideas. I just got to figure out which one do I want to draw first. That's the case in these particular instances. I got to figure out which one I want to draw. Which one do I want to draw? That's a question only I can answer, and even I don't know the answer to. Alright, whoops. Those are the rocks here I want to have be kind of like an orangish kind of color. Mainly to like separate from the, what do you call it? It's not entirely orange. It's like magenta orange, I guess the best way I can describe it, this right here, this color, is red 149, green 98, and blue 111. I mean, it works. It still keeps with the kind of purple-esque theme going on with this particular region. But, of course, I wanted to try to make this a bit more different from its usual purple self. And I say we're doing a pretty good job with that. I mean, let's see. What we've gotten so far is pretty good. Got some foliage here we still got to color in. Well, we got like a nice different like hue here. It's still purple, but a little bit lighter. Mainly because it's more rocky. That's going to be more rocky texture. It's going to be more sandy texture. Although it's kind of like the same thing, I guess. Unless I use a different texture brush for it. We'll see what happens. All right, I want to make another purple. We'll use this shade of purple. I guess we could still use this. Same old thing. There we go. And we got multiple different types of rock colors that we can utilize if we choose. If we so choose. We'll see what happens. My jaw is so tired. I think they all got this wisdom tooth that's growing over here. And I got one over here that grown fully. Now I gotta wait for this thing to fully grow so that I can finally not have to worry about this irritation. This one grew no problem. I mean, I do vaguely remember the irritation back then. Now, this one is going to take some time. I don't remember how long. But there was also irritation there as well. The goal here is to not have to worry about getting a wisdom tooth taken out, but to have it successfully grow and be just an extra tooth, because why not? It doesn't really matter. All that matters is that this irritation goes away so that I don't have to keep worrying about this nonsense. Alright, so now here comes the tricky part. I don't know what kind of color I want most of the plants to be here. I definitely do want it to be like, purple and no greens. The only greens we probably have here would be this, but even then it would probably be more reds and it would probably be close to a certain green-purple combo. I don't know what that would look like. I really don't. Don't give me that look, cat. I could do a test. Okay, well, before I do any tests, let me just get the plants that I have here first before I rack my brain on something I can't really do yet. But yeah. Oh, darn, I got a sneeze incoming. I think it's fine. I think it's gone away now, maybe? Mayhaps. I don't know. Alright, there's the plant. Now, I wanted to have kind of a different bulbous kind of look here. What kind of look, though? So, there's going to be some lure behind this plant. I think that's a good color. Once we put the textures in, it's going to look even better. This particular plant here, let's just say that it has some form of liquid within it. And this liquid is safe to consume. However, your stomach will be mildly discomforted. I don't know if that's the color I want. I don't know if that's the color I want. I don't even know if that's the color I want either. Which color do I want for this one? I was thinking maybe green, but I don't know. We're going to be going for a green color. It's got to be like a certain shade of green. That? Yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe a little bit brighter. Let's try 45. Unless we want this to be this instead. Orange leaves? Nah, too much. Also too much. Don't forget, most of this is dolish kind of colors. But I do think orange would probably look good, so we'll do that. So, consuming the liquids within this here plant will hydrate you, yes, but your stomach will feel a discomfort sensation. Not enough to really put you in severe pain, not unless you drink a whole bunch of this stuff anyways. But enough to where you will feel it, just like, depends on how much you decide to consume. Try to consume the whole plant in one sitting, you're definitely going to feel some discomfort. To open up this plant, you gotta take the rinds and peel it like you would a banana. The rinds connected this thing quite strongly, so it will require a significant amount of force to be able to pry this open. Once you've pried it open and gotten like all the basic kind of stuff set and done, and make sure you don't pry it all the way open because all the contents within the plant will spill out. Because you want to try to save it as much as you can. And once you've done that, if you have some form of container, you just go on ahead, scoop up the liquids, and then consume. Thankfully, these plants' internal body temperatures are quite cold. Oh, God damn it. Give me a second to sort my mouth for a sec. Alright, okay, it's passing. The body temperature of the plant is quite cool, so that means that when you take a drink, or take the liquids out, it will be a cooling drink, refreshing drink. It'll have a fruity citrus kind of taste to it, somewhat, so to speak. And it's a really good way to stay hydrated in a place like this. Especially since the only form of liquids you have not inside of a plant is an oil pond here, whatever the frick went, this thing. So it's probably for the best that you don't consume oil. I mean, you know, I think that goes without saying. Don't consume oil. Consume the plant that makes your stomach a bit upset, but keeps it hydrated. Yeah, because there's definitely no water anywhere in this place, at least none that I know of. Let me remember for a quick second. The blood peaks is just filled with nothing but blood, and then there's the blood ocean. The drought plains obviously sticks with its name, drought, no water. Dark Beach is also in the same boat. Shoreline is made of blood. The Crimson Jungle is also in the same boat. The reasons that of which I have named, at least. I don't know if you can consider bringing up ice from the Fathomless Caverns. It's all ice down the Fathomless Caverns, and the Hellscape's all just lava. There's no waterfalls in the Sky Shoal. There would probably be ice chunks up in space due to a specific demon. Well, I think you get the point. The entirety of the demon realm is devoid of water. The only form of hydration that you have will consist of the vegetation that grows here. You just need to know which one is safe to consume. At least this is not like liquid paint or anything, not even the same color. And it's more, I don't want to say gelatinous, it's thicker. It's like drinking a thick juice. I don't know. It's juice. What do you want me to say? It's just juice. That is the stuff that of which you are consuming in this particular area. Anytime I go for green, it just doesn't look as good. Did I just do this stupid? The answer to that question is yes. Alright, I'm gonna have to freaking not accidentally delete the thing I don't want to delete. Although I guess I could just do this. And this time, don't do the stupid. There we go. Is this different? No, it's not. Is this different? Okay, good. Alright, now, cacti. So is this the color that I want? I'll color this one in first. No. I don't know. Could work. I'm gonna... Actually, hold on. I'm gonna get a green color, like so. Then I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if I can mix purple in this. I'm going to go to 100. Bring this to 10. Okay, 20. What is this color? Okay, so that's the color. What about this? So that's the color for that. Is that the color we want, or is this the color we want? Okay, I got the colors. Now let me just do this and figure this out. So we have this, or we have this. Which one do we want? That blends in with the environment more, which does make sense. But this makes it go out a little bit more. I think we'll use this one instead. Now, of course, these cacti are going to be quite dangerous and deadly. It would make sense because these are demon plants after all. It's basically just like a species of demon plant. You know what I mean, right? This plant growing in demon realm, it makes sense that it would be a little bit more dangerous than the plants we have in our universe. Now I've really figured out what I want these cacti to do. Maybe the needles, if they are like inserted into something, will like try to dig itself deeper inside of the thing that it's in, and then eject a bunch more spikes out from the inside, injecting a bunch of poison, while also causing severe pain. This is not your normal everyday cactus. This is the kind of cactus where even if you touch it and it breaks, it'll just... Thankfully, if it goes in your finger, though, you can just easily... Well, no, if you pull... Well, I guess if you don't touch the needle, you should be fine. But if it's got many spikes on the edge, you might just get pricked by that, and... Well, there's still poison, so you'd still die either way. But, yes, that is the, that's the cacti, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright, so now I gotta grab this, and I gotta make this specific kind of color. I got grass over here in this area. Right here, grass. Yes. And now, where do I want this grass to go? What's the question? Alright, go up top. Now, the Lavender Desert is mostly desert. Areas with a small bit of vegetation. We're gonna have designated vegetation areas, of course. So there's not going to be a whole lot of grass. Only like a few grass in spots that grass is supposed to be in. It's like areas like this, for instance. Areas where there's like trees growing out. Any form of life within the sands that plantation can grow out of is where this particular grass would go. Other than that, of course, well, let's just say, it's just a bunch of sand and rocks. No more, no less. But don't let that get in the way of ye exploring the desert and expecting, everything to just be desert. It's because there's a... Oh, whoops. I didn't realize I was above the rock. Or above that. Well, it wouldn't make sense to have this be above the rock. Yeah, and you're behind there. Okay, good. And the plant? Yeah, behind the plant. Okay, cool. And yeah, the grass one. See? Good thing about this particular desert area, though, I don't have to worry about having the grass connect to anything. Small amount of grass here. Maybe a small amount of grass over here. But a small amount of grass right here. Although, small amount is going to be like, the main thing here. Not a whole lot. This area is mostly just rocky sands. Sands that don't really have too much in the way of, well, anything else. There's more than I want to do to this area, and we're not quite done just yet. Now, let me just double check. Were you two or were you? Yeah, you were two. Okay, cool, great. Make you smaller and do this. There's a little bit of grass here, not a lot. This a tiny bit will do. And I'll put some here as well, because why not? But, yes. Some grass, and that's That's basically just after the grass department. Oh, you need to be behind the rock, you fool. I'll put some over here. But not a lot. This is called the desert for a reason. But that doesn't mean we can't have small amounts of foliage. Just not a whole lot of foliage, you know? That might actually have to be higher, so I'll put it at 40 or something. Yeah, 40 should do. Alright, there's definitely going to be some grass around these here cacti. Grass to E. Same height. There's more vegetations that I have in mind for this. I put this underneath the cacti now. It should be F, I believe. Yep, F. Oh, great, fantastic. Okay, there's that. I guess there's also this. Are you... Nope, you're not above. I do kind of want that to be underneath. Oh, wait. Here we go. And now there's the grass down here. Grass too. Yeah, there we go. Okay, alright. Good. I've put in the foliage that I could in the grass department at least. Now there's something else that I want to do. Which one do I want? This one, perhaps? Well, we'll see. Flatten. Don't make it be an angle jitter. And space it out some more. And scatter it a bit more. Okay. So this is the thing that I'm going to be doing right here. Let me just go to... Probably would have been better to go to C. I'll call this one plant 4A. Probably would have got 4A. And this one's going to have a different color scheme. What color scheme, you may ask? Well, let's try out some stuff before we really stick to one. Yeah, these little bits and pieces here kind of all over the place. Although I don't know if that's a bit too samey. I probably should make that a little bit more spread out. There's little dead bits of plant foliage or something, I don't know. Just something to have underneath the grass, I guess. So we'll just call this dead plant? I don't know. For now, I'll just call it dead plant. Easier for me to figure it out where I need to go. We'll have in areas where these grow, which makes sense, I guess. This is kind of the only areas here that have a crap ton of this particular type of plant. Oh, that might be fine. And then we go on ahead, once that's been placed in, put in all of the rocks that we can. All the bits of rocks. I guess this area doesn't really need rocks. The areas that mostly are going to need rocks will reside here. We're gonna have a bunch of squares. Look at him, square. The shape of evil. I came up with a funny voice today, which sounded close to Peter Griffin, but not exactly because of certain reasons. I might be able to do it now if I can just get the certain roll to it. And it kind of sounded like a. How do I go again? There's this slow trucker behind me that I had got stuck behind, and for some reason I started to go into this voice, but I gotta try to remember what the hell it was because I forgot. I can't believe I've forgotten how the voice sounded like. Why are you going so slow for? Is that it? No, I think I might be going a bit too. Yes, of course. Is this the voice? No, almost. No, I can't remember. I lost it. I forgot what the voice was. Crap. How could this happen? God damn it! I forgot how to do the voice. I wonder how that sounds. I mean, I was close, but not exactly. I mean, I guess I did have a radio on, so my brain might be like misconstruing what it actually sounded like. Yes, I mean that rocks 5B. I'm gonna have some smaller rocks here, because why not? Cracked rocky sands. That's what that is. Those be cracked rocky sands. I seriously don't know if that's actually working. Okay, you're still probably going to be like 20 or something? 20 up here, but maybe like 10 here. I don't like the say voice, say. You know how you say? If you don't know how to say, then you don't have anything to say, and you say, and you see. I don't know where I'm going with that one. There was no sense to be made there. It's like I had an aneurysm midway. And it's like, yo, Bolt, you trying to intimidate him, or is you just trying to have another one of your seizures? You see, I have a seizure, see? You know, see, get me the dang see that I have a seizing pen, see? Oh, God, he's having a seizure. Oh, what a terrible time to have a seizure. Crap, I already had freaking rock 5s. It's fine, we'll have 2 rocks 5. 2 rock 5s. Alright, so we're almost done with the little bits of rock here. I'll probably have some more rocks out here to indicate that there's like some boulders. I'll have them more like spread apart or something, I don't know. I have 2 sand E's. Say more. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll have 2 sand E's then. Not like it really matters. There's so many freaking layers here to focus on, and it's hard to keep track of everything. Bring that to 10 for the bigger rock pieces, and good. Good, great, fantastic. Alright, so, we're going to have these out far away. I'm going to have this spread out. Maybe not scare her that much. Boulders. We don't have boulders yet. Oh God, I had this very strange, like, weird thought earlier today. Not today, I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? It might have been yesterday. Could have been today. Who knows? But the thought that I had was pretty funny. Like, okay, so the place that I'm working at here. Still am, unfortunately. There's the best way to explain it is the building that the gravity was in, the gravity in the building that we were in was shifting all of a sudden. Like, okay, so, the building was shifting, and we were just hearing what sounded like Gene from Bob's Burgers going ding, 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 ding. As the building keeps on rotating, I'm like, what the fuck? And like here I am on a line, like, you know, trying to hang on to something and trying to get underneath something because the building is literally slowly rotating at like a specific angle. And then once we've gotten back down to a point where we're not going to fall all the way up on the ceiling and break our legs or something, I ran down the stairs and tried to make my way over to the exit while ensuring that I go to areas where I know that the gravity isn't going to be too effective on me as I am like up against a wall or a machine or whatever. And we go out there into the area where you're going to exit the place. And I just see the world kind of like, black, darkened out. Just like the entire world around us has been darkened. And then the rotation occurs, and then we see the world. We saw the ground is what we saw. And, well, ground. I guess, hold on, if I was spinning in that direction... No, if it was nighttime, then that would make sense. That was why it would be dark, but... Or we're high up in the sky at nighttime. Yeah, that makes sense. So, look outside, and what do we see? Just like the world rotating before us. So, one of the, I guess, supervisor guy came out and walked out the door, and then he fell, and then to his death, unfortunately. And then a giant hand popped up, and I just hear it's like, we're like, what? What the hell is that noise? And then the ding ding continued to do its thing. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. Something's out there who's going to grab us and eat us if we go out there. And then I decide, oh, well, I'm going to get my hands on a bunch of flaming hot Cheetos or something, throw it out the window, and then grab it. And I hear what clear as day sounds like Jean screaming how it's hot and saying something about water. I'm like, go ahead and take this bottle of hot sauce that's in one of the fridges out of nowhere. Don't know where. I think we have hot sauce in the fridge. And then I throw it out there. He picks it up before it falls onto the ground, consumes a whole bottle, and then he screams, "Ah!" And he runs. Thankfully, the building was perfectly perpendicular. And apparently there was a fire pit underneath us as well. So he was slow roasting a building full of people. He got the hot sauce, and then he ran away, presumably to go look for freaking water. Thankfully, our cars were still intact. So I made a break for it into the locker room, grabbed my phone and all that stuff, wallet as well, and then I bolted it. Well, first I go on intercom and I shout to everyone, leave the building before it comes back down or something like that. And then I get into my car and leave. Everybody else followed. Well, okay, so let's be honest, if everybody in that facility has no clue what the hell's going on, and my paranoid brain's like, building's rotating, get underneath something, they're all probably just going to fall on the ceiling and get hurt and will probably be unable to move. Which sucks, but, I know how these situations go, and I feel like I'd have an idea on how it would work, just because my thoughts have thought about those things. Regardless, I get in my car and leave. And then my brain thought about Gene coming back while I'm gone, and he just decides to eat, those who have left, the remaining cars of the people who, I guess they would take them out and drive them to the hospital before that thing came back. Because there's actually a couple instances of ginormous Bob's Burgers characters kind of just like doing things, but I'll tell you about that one in a minute. So Gene comes back. Everybody in the facility has left, thankfully. We lost one person, but you can't really do anything about that. Your sacrifice wasn't for naught. I was able to figure out that a giant hand came by and was eating anything that came out of the building. So it came back, sees that some cars are gone, sees that some of them aren't gone, and it's like, in his head, he eats the cars that are still there, thinking, eat the cars, and those who are still stuck inside the building won't be able to escape my grasp. Also, I somehow named... Wait, where is grass 1C? Oh, I guess that's behind... Yeah, that makes sense. So yes, at the end of it all, everybody escaped the building, and then that Gene person, after he, fully rotated and cooked the facility, he just starts to eat the whole thing. He ate cars, so of course he's going to eat bricks and all the other stuff inside. And then there goes the factory. Eaten. Everybody out of a job. It'd be good for me, because then I'd be forced to find a new job that doesn't make me miserable. Miserable enough to think about the building being devoured by a giant Gene Belcher. But yes, that's the entirety of that instance, that sequence. Bob's Burgers, everybody. And there's one more too. And this came off of a series that my brain created for some weird reason, where it's basically just the King of the Hill cast going up against these weird abominations that are just appearing out of nowhere. I think I've already told you about this one before, with viewer discretion, or listener discretion advised, the Cum Guzzlers. I've already said it in previous episodes, but go ahead and just leave it at that. Go on, search for it. Look at my videos in general. It's definitely one of the older videos before this point, because I told more weird stories back then. Kind of holding off on weird stories for a bit so that I have more, content to work with. But, yeah, so, they took care of that. Then the Pulaskis, there's this one instance with the fuck me and my lucky toughy ass kind of, Pulaskis. Trust me, you don't want to know. All I can tell you is that if you stick your dick in that, you're going to slowly melt away via acid, and you don't want to stick your dick in Pluskeys. Trust me, they are disgusting creatures that deserve nothing but death. And you don't know what they look like. I do. My brain's been plagued with those fools for years. Festered and turned into this real-life entity, and not the just one-off kind of character creation kind of. You'll see what I mean when I get to the point where I decide to draw them. But after that, the Hill cast and comes across what it appears to be. Now, you know that one episode of SpongeBob where Squidward goes into the community of just basically Squidwards, and he uses the vacuum to basically remove two Squidward's noses and eyes, and gave one Squidward two noses and another Squidward two eyes. Well, this is basically the same premise, except this is just natural for this particular creature of this freak of nature. It's Teddy, and he has two big noses, and he even kind of has this. Let me just double check to make sure. Mom's Burgers, Teddy. Yeah, he even kind of has the Squidward nose, except it's more like, like that. Like, then not like this, but like that. Unless there's like the side look of him. I don't know, but you get what I mean. He kind of already has the Squidward nose. Kind of already works. I guess the only difference is he's been given the Squidward nose. So, yes, he has two Squidward noses, but no eyes. And all he does is, he doesn't have, okay. He moves around with his legs and arms. He's giant, too. Big enough to pick up a building. There would be spoilers, but you'll see what I mean, how big he is once I get to the end of this particular sequence. He's able to consume. Oh yeah, that's actually perfect. He's able to consume buildings while he's also consuming people. So what he's doing is he's crawling or sliding around. He has no legs. He's kind of like the gob or whatever the frick that thing is called, except he's devouring everyone instead of devouring knowledge. And I only know about that because of that parody with Big Smoke, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And then everyone in the comment section is like, hey, it's that thing. I'm like, oh, that's even freakier. And that's why I'm going to be creating an entity out of that soon at some point when Reginald Franklin is back from hiatus. Anyways, as I was saying before, Teddy is crawling around on his lack of legs on his stomach. Giant, causing massive destruction throughout the entirety of Texas. And the Hill cast is trying to prepare for how to combat against this. And what he's doing is going around and he's just saying, Bob's Burgers. And it's just picking up things, asking Bob's Burgers, and if nobody gives him the answer he looks for, he just eats him, the building. And there's this one funny sequence where he goes up to this one person, picks him up by the shirt, and he's like, Bob's Burgers, and that guy's like, what? And Teddy's just throws him in his mouth. It's kind of it's morbid, yes, but it's pretty funny to think about two big Squidward nose Teddy, who's only crawling around and is capable of devouring entire buildings. Just going around yelling, Bob's Burgers. He's trying to find Bob's Burgers. But due to his unsatiable, whatever the hell the word is, due to his unsatiable hunger, he can't help himself but consume the things that do not give him the answer that he seeks. And therefore, that leads us with the Hill cast trying to, stop him. And there's a whole bunch of gameplay stuff in between, kind of telltale kind of stuff. You're just trying to, figure out answers. It probably lasts for, an hour or two story-wise, but I didn't really think about that. I just thought about the end sequence. Which is, to say the least, this particular series, there's multiple different types of endings. It's all ranked by S through D, I think. I don't remember if there's an E or not. It's been a while since I've thought about this particular weird little series. But the S rank ending is simple. In this ending, Bobby becomes the Solver Squad member person. Like, he's like a junior problem solver, I guess. It's like this organization made by the Hill cast. After the first instance with the basically the cum gustlers turning literally every solid object in their cum, the semen. That's when they started to organize this organization and dealt with all of the other problems, like how Hank Hill was able to solve against those weird Pulaskis. He just said, "Why don't you fuck yourself with your lucky toughy ass?" And then the Pulaski looked at themselves, and then they did it. They fucked themselves in their ass. You don't see it because Pulaskis literally have no dicks. For a reference, the Pulaskis literally have crotches. Actually, this is a pretty funny story to tell. Pulaski's crotches are basically the most sensitive parts of their body. So any damage that happens to them is literally like 100 times worse than getting kicked in the balls. No matter what their gender is. And Pulaski's genders can change like whenever. Like depending on what like personality like they like heavily are influenced by to change is what they'll sound like. It's like they go back off the stereotypical. Like Pulaskis are gotta be the most offensive creation I've ever made. Part of me is actually curious to see what everyone's reaction would be to those things. If you go into this knowing that they're offensive as all hell and think, "Wow, okay, Jesus Christ, that was needlessly offensive." This is one good example. This Pulaski is like, this hates everything. But more importantly, it keeps saying that just as much as I hate, and of course I don't know if YouTube would demonetize me for saying this, even though I'm referencing what because these particular Pulaskis are mimicking a certain extremist groups that are extremely racist. But that being said, I think you know what word I was going to say there. Not the N-word, no. There are some Pulaskis who say that, though. Don't get me wrong. These Pulaskis are the extremists. If you think that's racist, that's wrong, that's morally wrong, well, you're right. Pulaskis are just extremists who take the personalities of those who have that personality and amps it up to an 11. That's why I think a lot of people would hate Pulaskis. And that's why I wonder if I would bring those things to life, or if people will be entertained by it. But as I was saying before, you going ahead and hit them in their crotches, they experience a whole bunch of pain. There's this one sequence where a group of nerd Pulaskis are like, holding one Pulaski like down, while the other one grabs a crotch and tries to pull it up down. Pulling off a Pulaski's crotch is a death sentence. Causing any form of malformation is basically like making them suffer for life. Because if you like pull enough but it doesn't pull out, it's just going to sag there. And they're going to keep feeling pain the more it drags and swings around. So it's like never-ending pain. So of course, since these particular Pulaskis emit acid when they, out of their asses when they get their asses, fucked, then of course if they, fuck themselves, they're all gonna burn up or melt and die. And that's how Hank Hill managed to get rid of the Pulaski threat. With the cum guzzlers, they put them on like an island and had them like surrounded by water that they can't like transform into semen. That was like the way that they were able to like stop those harlots, I would say. Sluts, maybe? Because technically they are sluts. They're all out there actively trying to seek buckets of semen to consume. Ugh. It's a weird thought, but my brain goes into the weird factory many times, which just makes me curious to see what kind of content we'd see in the weird factory. The weird factory's been created, and the realm of the cats have yet to show themselves to me. I would like to go into this weird factory and play Neutron Adventure, because that would be a fun game to play. Albeit maybe a bit frustrating, because I do know that it's meant to be a rage game. Anyways, we talk about the success of how they got rid of those two particular groups. The one with Teddy going around consuming a whole bunch of people trying to find his Bob's Burgers. Bobby does the thing where he looks You know how SpongeBob does that when he looks at something and his like eye went up and went down like that? Well, that's what Bobby does here, and he sees something underneath Teddy's tongue. And he, tells his dad, "You think you see something underneath the tongue?" And then Hank is like, "Well, son, looks like this is going to be your first objective of the problem solvers," or whatever the hell the group was called, I don't know. "My boy's going to solve his first problem." And then you're set up with this objective to try to find all the stuff necessary, while Teddy is slowly making his way over to Arlen. Well, deeper into Arlen, I should say. He's already in Arlen and Bobby can see it. So as Teddy makes his way over into Arlen, your group is trying to figure out all of get all the requirements in order to kind of, just set things up, to make things right. So this is how you get the S rank ending. Bobby stands on a tall podium with a microphone and has the sign, "It's under your tongue." Despite the fact Teddy can't see it, the sign is important, believe it or not. If the sign is not there, Teddy will ignore it, and he will continue to rampage throughout the city. So, when this happens, once Bobby goes on a podium and says, "It's under your tongue," with the bright lights flashing, big enough for Teddy to, quote-unquote, see, blinks in and out, kind of blinking color or sound. And then Teddy stops, his head is in the general direction of the sign, and he opens up his mouth, puts his hand underneath there, gets his tongue out, and pulls out Bob's Burgers building, with Bob yelling at Teddy, saying, "Teddy! God, Teddy, please stop! Stop, Teddy! God, oh my God! And it's like, "Oh, hi, Bob. Or, hi, Bob." And then he just, portal goes into the portal, his entire body swirls and then goes back into a portal, and there goes Teddy. So it's like this eldritch abomination with the same appearance of Teddy, with two noses and non-working legs, who was rampaging through a different universe trying to find Bob's Burgers, despite the fact that he had accidentally consumed it and it's underneath his tongue. He didn't fully consume it, but it's underneath his tongue. And that's the story. Now, there are some funny ending moments to it as well. If you screw up the sign, Teddy's just going to ignore it and will, yell as he runs through it, and it's like, "Oh, the sign didn't work!" Or Dale. I don't remember if Dale was alive at this point. A few King of the Hill characters died, during some of the episode. Well, the idea is to try to get them to survive. Well, I guess it depends on what ending you go off of. But S-Rank involves your main cast not dying. Anyways, if you do manage to, screw that up, it's a simple task and miss some very important instances. And there'll just be a sequence where Teddy just run towards you and Bobby would just be like, "What went? No, wait, no. What went wrong?" Or something like that, I don't know. I can't do a Bobby voice. The only Bobby voice I could do is, "Okay, Dad. Okay, Dad. Okay, Dad." You're not the boy. "I always knew my boy wasn't right. That boy ain't right." Yeah, friggin' anything to do with Hank Hill is funny. Hank Hill, King of the Hill YouTube poops are the most funniest ones. Nothing else compares. Those are the only ones that have been really funny to me. There are some instances. "Oh, I just remembered a very good weird story. Oh, okay, alright. We're telling this one. This one's pretty funny. Alright, so anybody know Jackass? I don't watch it, but I know the premise of it. So my brain thought of, funny instances where Hank is Jackass. Except it's not called Jackass. It's called Hank-Ass. That's right. Weird, I know, because I don't think the main character is named Jack, although that would be kind of funny. Play on Jackass as well as his name being Jack, and he's an ass. But, yes. Hank-Ass. There's some very funny ones in this one. So one Hank-Ass scenario is like, Hank Hill's like, hello, my name is Hank Hill, and this is Hank-Ass. As, Dale and Bill and Boomhauer, like, pushes this giant tire that Hank is in. You know that episode where I think this was an episode. I don't know if this is a Mandela effect, where I'm remembering a different episode where Lucky and Bobby are like riding down a hill in a tire. I can look this up actually. Lucky and Bobby tire hill ride. Is this? Yep, Hank notices Bobby. No, wait, no, that's his riding a flat tire now. Where was it? Is this the one? I don't know. Oh no, I'm gonna bother right now. But yes, if that episode does exist, it's essentially the same sequence here with Hank, in the oh, I'm sneezing. Oh god, it's not coming out. Don't get me out, look, cat. Ugh, damn it. I've been trying to sneeze for the past who knows how long. Well, not the entire day, of course, but I've been trying to sneeze to no avail. Let me get the gases out of my joints just in case that not sneezing does that. But man, I wish I could freaking sneeze. Just kind of get this crap out of my nose. Anyways, as I was saying before, so Hank is riding down the hill on a tire. And he's going through very out of control. It's like, whoa, whoa, as he's like, trying to like swerve and curve the tire where it needs to go. And then, there's this running theme for some reason where Min is the punching bag. I don't know why my brain made Min the punching bag, but that is the case. And then, Hank Hill comes over to here, and with the tire, and this Min walks by, the tire goes by, Min's shoe falls off, and Hank's like, sorry, Min. That's like the catchphrase of the show. And the shoe fell into the tire, just like tosses it out, and just still like trying to keep his balance because the tire's like going out of control. But then like he's getting too off balance here, and then the tire like flips over. Hank falls out. He's fine somehow, but then there's a bunch of well, I don't know if that would be like at this point because they were all up here, unless maybe Hank and it was Bill, and then we got Dale and Boomhauer at the bottom. And then, that makes sense. Bill pushed Hank in the tire. And at the bottom, Hank lands next to Dale and Boomhauer. And then they give each other high fives. So, that's one sequence. Another sequence, here we got Bill. I don't know if I can do Bill's voice. And Bill is like, Bill, welcome to Jackass. I can't do Bill's voice. I don't remember how Bill spoke. I can't really get his, like, I know I can do the kind of voice. But I can't get his actual voice, so we're just going to have to just imagine it. His name is Bill, and he's welcoming you to Hank-Ass. He's on top of a giant skyscraper with a ramp down below. And he has skis on, and I think he has, I guess you could probably, like some form of like counterweight to try to keep him close to the building. So then here goes Bill riding down the what do you call it? The skyscraper. And you just see his face just like, he's like, doing that. It's like going all the way down, and he successfully hits the ramp. But then he goes into oncoming traffic. Somehow, though, he turns out all right. But as he's going through it, and he sees this like, what do you call it? then walking across the road, here she goes, getting, becoming the punching bag again. And, man, dang old, here comes Bill over here, man. Goddamn skis right into me, man. Talk about some dang old friggin' man, hit and run, man. Dang old Bill going out a bit like a sorry, man. Just like, you can hear a faint sorry, man, in the distance. Men can't hear it. It's assumed that she dies, but then she comes back alive somehow. It's just more apparent because there's a certain scenario where you assume that she's dead, but she's still alive. I don't know, maybe like the curse of never dying. If y'all know what that is, a Patreon user, patrons, or you know what I'm talking about? Well, we haven't really talked about it too much, but anyways, it is anywho's in wits. Anywho's in wits, cat. Oh yeah, this should probably be more akin to that, shouldn't it? So, Bill still continues down, riding friction hasn't stopped him from doing any stopping yet. Stop it. Can't even pick the bed up to freaking stop you. And then there's a truck that's just beeping, because now Bill's on the opposite side of track of it, but he can't move because he's going too fast. Stop scratching it. There we go. You running back in your bed now, cat? Seriously? Freaking cat. So yes, Bill, here comes a giant truck. And Bill's like, get out of the way. As the truck driver's like, It's like, he's not even gonna, freaking, stop or, try to swerve out of the way. He's just going. Even if he has to run Bill down. And Bill kind of swerves. And I don't remember what happened at that point. He turned out okay, but I don't quite recall what happened. Oh, those rocks over the cliff. Those rocks are over the cliff. Hold on, let me fix that. So, yes, that's that. And Bill somehow managed to come out okay. I don't remember how he, I don't even remember if I gave that an ending. So, Daniel, talk about some. Here comes Dale and Boomhauer over here on paragliding now. They're inside of a plane, and it's a plane over the ocean. So we got Dale and Boomhauer, and we got Hank and Bill as well. We're on two different planes, driving in at the same time, side by side. And we got Dale on top with Boomhauer as the parachute person. And then we got Hank. Stop clicking that. I want to click this, you fool. I hate that. I wish I could lock these fucking windows in place. And we got Hank on top of Bill. I think Bill will be able to carry Hank. Stop it. Oh, there goes the dogs. So we got Hank carrying Bill carrying Hank. So it makes sense. Hank versus Dale. And they're parachuting down while those two basically chicken fight while they're parachuting. Hank and Dale are not harnessed. The idea here is to knock them off and into the ocean below. Stop it. So then we got men over here, of course. Unfortunately, I mean, this might be. Some people might like this particular scene because, fetish instances as those who are I don't know. Part of me is curious about it, but part of me is more of a curiosity, hot kind of stuff. You'll see what I mean when I say it. So those two are chicken fighting, and men just so happens to be parachuting down as well. Come out of an airplane and parachute. Was it an airplane? No, I think it was a ski. Okay, you know how you're have the ski thing, and you got these guys are paragliding up here this kind of, I think that's what happened. And then somehow, while they were fighting against each other, and then there was like the ocean down below them. Then got caught up. Cat needs to stop scratching shit. Are you out of heat? Nope, you're still whirring. So Min got knocked back, somehow managed to get unhooked from the harness, and now there she goes, flying into the active volcano as she, spouts off, what was it again? Laotian curses. And then there goes her feet touching the lava, and you just see, like, toes spreading and burning. Those who are into the fetish stuff would enjoy that, but me, I don't know. It's mostly just there for the fact that, oh man, it's falling into lava now, because Jackass is literally somehow made her become this unwilling participant, and yet somehow they're not being sued because of it. Although, wouldn't that just be a death experience? Somehow she turns out fine in the next episode. Don't ask me how. So, they're still chicken fighting. I don't know who won. I think it was Hank. It would make sense that Hank would be the winner because, Hank versus Dale in a chicken fight, he seems pretty obvious who would win. And then that's that. And they're just... Stop touching it. Wait for next. A normal cat would run away from the hand that is trying to stop you from scratching the desk. Don't give me that look. I can meow? Huh? Meow? Oh, Christ. I don't need you distracting me, cat. And as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted... Okay, she's eating the food. No, now you're scratching. You were eating your food and now you're scratching. Get away. Green cat. So there's a certain song in 99 Lives I was saying about, but I can't really remember what the song goes. It's like, a certain verse in my head when the song happens is like this blue, kind of colorful background, with like a bunch of shapes and stuff here. And then we got like a rectangle screen showing like all the failures of the Jackass instances. There was one instance where, I think Dale was a lion tamer or something. And then the lion was hanging over Dale. Don't scratch that now. That doesn't do any damage, and I don't care about the trash can. I just don't like the freaking scratching noise. Tingles down my back. You need to stop. Anyways, yeah, that's one fail sequence. I don't remember what the others were. I do remember Colin was involved in one of them. As a member of Jackass, at the very least. In this, everyone kind of gets beaten up. There's a punching bag, but everyone's also kind of a punching bag because of the stuff that they do, the stupid stuff that they do. And that right there is the essence of Jackass. It's basically just Jackass, but it's the Hank Hill cast. You wouldn't think Hank Hill would be the one to do that, but, alternate universes are quite a unique instance. You don't really understand how they work, but they do work. Of course, there's others who'll get destroyed as well. I think there have been some instances where, I think Cotton died in one of them again. It's like he was brought back to life, but then he got killed again, and it's like, what a waste of a necromancy spell or something like that. I don't know. Kind of forcing that one. But I do vaguely remember Cotton dying in one of them. Regardless, a lot of people in the Jackass universe, they get mortally wounded. Only one person died, and that's Cotton. But that's probably just the universe correcting the discrepancy that happened. There's a lot of weird, strange stories that I have in mind for the King of the Hill universe. Outside of Barney and Fred Flintstone, The King of the Hill universe also gets some pretty strange stories. Stop it. Freaking cat needs to stop scratching. Don't understand why you keep scratching, cat. But yes, this particular universe is like perfect for or this particular show is perfect for YouTube poops. It works perfectly. And you don't understand why I find it hilarious that anybody know that Pibby show that was supposed to happen? They had a scene with Fred Flintstone who literally fucking dies. Fred Flintstone fucking dies. And then there goes Fred going into a pile of glitch. And then he dies. It kind of, it speaks to me on a personal level. Because my brain has thought about so many situations that involved weird stories with Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubbles, and a lot of those stories end up in one or both of them dying, with the main antagonist usually being Mr. Slate. It's hilarious, and it's even more so hilarious that happened. Too bad we don't have more stuff like that. Too bad we don't have more stuff involving that particular instance in general. Although I do find it strange that Shaggy, the all-knowing god the Ultra Instinct god of the universe, somehow managed to succumb to the glitch. I'd like to think that as non-canon. Maybe the reason it hasn't been made yet is because Shaggy came by and was like, I don't think so. And then they just destroyed the people who were making the freaking thing. I was like, you need your last. Or what was it that Shaggy, what is it that Shaggy usually says? You Scooby your last do. I don't know. I tried, and it wasn't good enough. Look, I tried, but it wasn't good enough. Anyways, am I missing anything? I literally was all over the place doing this. I must have missed something. Did I miss anything? I don't know. Okay, I think we can go on to the, what do you call it now? I want to try something new with the sands here. Usually I use this for scales, but I'm going to try making waves in the sand. Could work. Could work if we do it correctly, that is. Okay, yeah, back up. Let me try flattening it out a bit. If we're going to be doing this, we kind of need to figure out angles need to be that, maybe 0. That should work. We'll see what happens. Oh, I'm wondering if I should make this thicker for this part. But, what was I talking about again? Oh, yes, Fred and Barney, torture hour. The one where they are, constantly being put through instances of pain and suffering because of these stories. I think there's more than that, but I can't remember. There must have been more, but I can't seem to remember. Oh, wait, no. 150 should be good for this one. It is strange, though. I guess it makes sense, Rule 64 and all that stuff. We already got 64. Is it 64 or 32? I think it was Rule 32. I don't remember what 64 was. I think 64 was gender bent. Was it not? Rule 64, or 34, 32. Christ. Rule 32. Yeah. Wait, what the hell did I just see there? Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure? Excuse me? Okay, I don't know what that's all about, but we're not going to look into that right now. But yes, apparently there is stuff of Pibby out there. And, I don't know how... Oh, that's not sand, that's rocks. I don't know how to feel about that. She's an amorphous blob for what is presumably supposed to be a preschool show, despite the fact that, wait, didn't she originate from this? I don't recall. Me no recall. Oh, and trust me, when you're on DeviantArt long enough, you see this stuff and you're like, wait, I know that person. And you're like, oh. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Trust me. I have created a whole bunch of mature stuff, so the algorithm is going to constantly show me mature stuff. So there's literally no escape. I can't even find cute and adorable pictures of Nezuko without coming across that crap. And trust me, I don't really like that crap involving Nezuko. Shinobu's fine, obviously, because she's 18. And even if Nezuko somehow turned 18, like I said before, she's too cute. She's too cute to be used for that stuff. I've said it before in a drawing that I made. For some reason, somehow, my succubus side is being completely and utterly restrained thanks to Nezuko. So, it does give me restraint. If I see stuff involving Nezuko, I turn my head and try to scroll past it. Shinobu, that's fine, because I believe she's like in her 20s. I think she's in her 20s? I'm pretty sure, anyways. Either 20s or 30s. I can actually check. This is not the Shinobu I am seeking. This is completely different. Oh no, she's 18. Still though, 18, that's fine. But I don't remember why I thought she was in her 20s, unless I was thinking about her sister, but even that, I don't know. Regardless, my point still stands. Shinobu is fine, as well as Mitsuhira? Okay, and she, I think, is 19? Yes, I was correct. She be 19. Somehow 1 year older than Shinobu. So those two are A-okay. Let's go, no-go. No touch. No touch the demon. You can touch Shinobu, but you can't touch the demon. I just looked at you for a second. That was a delayed word. But yes, I am well ingrained within mature content of DeviantArt. So no matter what, I'm always going to come across this stuff. I've gotten used to it. At the very least, I've gotten it so used to it to where stuff like that doesn't faze me. Only when it comes to certain characters that I don't want to see, Men or Nezuko, shush, are the ones that I don't look at. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm so goddamn tired. God dang it, I'm so tired. If only I had a little pick-me-up. Shut up. Now, Daniel, talk about a nuisance, man. Daniel, no male cat's gonna come in here. Give me one good place a male cat could potentially just meander on into this enclosed room. Just one. The window don't count because nothing can get through. Mal Daniel, talk about nuisance. Yes. Rocky. Craig kind of rocks, or something like that, I don't know. This is also more rock-like. I'll get all the foliage and stuff in a bit. Right now I should focus on the rock stuff first. I just realized something. The Blood Peaks, as well as the Blood Ocean, has to smell very metallic. An area that's filled with nothing but blood. That must have such a strong scent of metal. I wonder what the Lavender Desert would smell like. It wouldn't smell like lavender, that's for certain. It's only called Lavender Desert because of its purple lavender-esque color. Oh my god, shut up. She doesn't learn her damn lesson. It's like I gotta say things 1,000 times before she understands that there are no male cats. Outside the cats next door, who can't reach you anyways. Wait up! This freaking cat, I swear to God. Alright, I'm gonna use this texture on the rocky. I should use that for the other side as well. Let me make it like 5 or something. I want to try not to have this area be like canyon-esque, but just like mountains with the like plateaus surrounding it, kind of. What? Gosh. Plateaus surrounding it without any interruptions. That's essentially the plan. And it's actually, let me reread it because I have the region's names on the notepad over here. Yeah. There's Dusty Mountain, Cinder Canyon, Obscure Fields. There's also a forest I forgot to place down here. Or blue forest. Again, name needed. Like 5 new regions that I want to have here. 5 new regions. Those of which we have yet to make. I know what they're supposed to look like. One region is going to be Jordan's or Captain Sparkle's worst nightmare. Because I believe the sky is going to have like this green kind of color, as well as a bunch of other types of like color in the sky. It's like somebody threw up colors in the sky, and it's just those vivid colors, kind of. But it's mostly green, with some maybe reds and some blues in like certain parts of the obscure fields. If I didn't say it before, the area I'm thinking about is the obscure fields, which is where all the weird demons go. Weird ass cat. Yeah. Green sky and purple kind of grass. Or was it purple sky and green grass? No, green grass makes sense. It's purple grass that makes more sense. Or is it like purple soil? No, because then that would be the same as Lavender Desert. All I know is it was supposed to be a mixture of green and purple, with other types of colors, and tar pits. Not oil pits, tar pits. Well, tar lakes. Kind of like this, but bigger and spans more of the areas. Like its own region or something. And these 5 are going to be new. Like, those are going to be interesting to make because they're going to be new, fresh regions that have yet to been made. I haven't even drawn any demons in any of those regions yet. That's what's going to make those areas interesting. Just move your ass. Why are you here? I should make this area kind of cracked. I'm going to make that cracked, but I'm going to make this cracked. And then also Dusty Mountains is pretty obvious. It's literally just a mountain that's, tall. One of the only full-on mountainous biomes, where the mountains actually can reach the sky shoulder. I guess consider it a way to get to the sky shoulder. By climbing the tallest mountain. Also, I can't believe I haven't thought about using this brush texture for these. Anyway, climb the highest mountain. I was going to say climbs the mountain. I don't know why. And you will be able to get to the sky shoals. Or at least get into the area where the sky shoals, resides. I think it kind of mixes those 2 biomes or regions between. I don't know why I keep calling them biomes. I mean, it makes sense that they be called biomes. But regions. We're calling them regions. Oh god, can I sneeze now? Nope, it's fading again. It's fading again. Maybe I should friggin' clear my nose or something. Oh, I forgot about this tidbit. Oof. What are you doing, cat? What is that pose you're doing? No, I'm going to go for my phone and you're going to move. I tried going for my phone, but now you've moved from that pose you were doing. She was literally in the most weird sitting position with her head upside down, nudging the box that she's standing on. That's wobbling now. It was so weird. I don't even want to try to, like, recreate it because I'm not going to freaking do it justice. But yeah. We're talking about the regions and stuff. I have a general idea on what those regions can be. But for now, I'll leave it like that. The demon realm doesn't have that many demons left. And while there is still a decent amount of regions left for me to remake, it's not that bad. We can do this no problem. Of course, I mean, after we finish this, we still gotta draw the demons. I'll do what I did in this episode. I'll do the outline first so that I have, like, stuff to watch. Then I'll go on ahead and do the, the video. I am hoping that we don't have work Saturday. It doesn't seem like it. We still gotta wait for, Thursday to pass before we get any confirmation. Despite the fact that the schedule says that Saturday and Sunday was down. Thankfully, we didn't have to work. Only one line did. Sucks for them, though, because they need to stop doing this Saturday nonsense. It's annoying, kind of, so to speak. Don't understand what's going through their brains half the time. God damn it. I don't think they have a brain at all. Well, either way, I guess it doesn't really matter. Did I do this wrong? Oh wait, no, that's right. My brain was thinking that was supposed to be that, but it's not. That's literally a black mark on a wall you're trying to play with. I don't even know how the hell that got there. What did you do, cat? What the hell did you do? Alright, so I'm thinking about maybe having these be this kind of texture, a little bit unique from the usual, stripy kind of textures we have for this kind of stuff. Spikes. Right. We need spikes now, don't we? I think we can do that, actually. Let's see. We should have a texture for that somewhere around here, right? Yes. Ah, here it is. It'll be black. Stop scratching that! Do you not feel that in your back? Do you not understand that feeling? Do I have to literally put this away so that you don't freaking mess with it? Also, this is not what it's supposed to be. It needs to be black and a full-on black. Or just remove color dynamics. Do this, scatter it a bit. Okay, there we go. Kind of like a donut. A black sprinkled donut. Okay, maybe not that far out. Tall, thick, long, thick spikes. Capable of killing a man with just one prick. I've had this string. Okay, so weird, morbid. What do you call it? Morbid fetish time. So I had this morbid curiosity of, like, how you say cactus, spiky kind of stuff, like cactus rubbing up against your stomach, kind of like, pointy, crushing it or something, like into you kind of deal. Yeah, I know, needles and all that stuff, right? I really kind of still have, like, a fear of needles, but for some reason, if it's in my stomach, I'm fine with it. Because it's more like a sexual area for me. But, yes. Really, cat? Why do you have shit balance when you're in heat? Here we go again. Just like the episode with the greenhouse, and the cat was there while I was in a moment where I missed the freaking roof. The roof piece. That's right, cat, the roof piece. You remember that, do you not? Anyways, yes, morbid curiosity. I had the idea, and I don't know when I'm going to do it, or draw it. Probably maybe in Patreon. Where this cat, a bunch of cactus tentacles with a bunch of like spikes and stuff, and commits tentacle hentai stuff. Morbid curiosity, you know? I know it's, probably going to lead to your death unless it's like, the spikes don't like go in and ruin your insides somehow. Don't know how. But I have that morbid curiosity just the same as I do when it comes to electric stuff. Like maybe like electric stomach or naval electricity. Maybe like, I forgot. I thought you got fuzz on your ears. Really, cat. And maybe like how you say, oh, I've seen a video on this somewhere before. Don't breathe into my ear. I've seen a video on this somewhere before on the internet where this girl was getting her feet tickled by electricity. It's a small amount, but apparently it does happen. It doesn't look like it was special effect. It looked like one of those home video stuff. So I do think it is quite possible. Did I forget this? I think I forgot this. And I am quite curious to try it out, if it is possible. Which I don't know how possible it is. Maybe you need like a certain level of voltage or something. That would make the most sense, right, cat? Right. But yes, maybe one day. I've had some slight electricity, I guess, but it isn't really enough for me to notice it. Like, it's not like, it's like a light kind of stuff, like a charger and then that, like when all that stuff. And try to be like a little bit more conscious about saying the things of which I'm saying, because I'm realizing people are matching and I'll be like, ooh. I'll be like, yes, I know. But I got boobs. Nah, don't think about it like that. Don't think of me like that. Only girls can think of me like that. No guys. I've had this, okay, so long ago, not really, long ago? Before Pornhub did their freaking purge thing, I used to have like that kind of stuff on there. Just foot fetish related stuff, nothing like anything explicit, obviously. Because I'm not really into that stuff as much as I am fetish related stuffs. And there was this one guy who was just, it's like, well, fuck your feet or some shit. And I was like, well, now I understand how girls feel when guys try to flirt with them. And it only ever seems to be guys, right? Although you're out here trying to call upon a male cat. And then again, who knows? It was before Pornhub decided to just purge everything. No matter if it's safe or not, the P stuff or not. Yeah, which is fine. I still got at least a couple of stuff on there for like reference points. I had Moon tickling my feet, as well as, well, no, that was a drawing formation, but you get the point. It was a drawing formation cat with a certain friend of mine who I know her on DeviantArt. If it wasn't anything else, I feel like I get like a dust cloud in. But yes, I understand how girls feel now when you got like creeps like that trying to like hit on ye. This is the tree, not the sky, you fool! I think this needs to be 3, actually. What are you looking at? What's over there? What do you hear? Where was I? I guess we're close to finishing this up. Not as close as we could be, though. But we were close. And I think about trying to, like, maybe merge this together. I can actually merge it together a bit more. 10. Whoops. Light it up. Yeah, I could do it like this. Lighting it up might work better in merging departments. Okay, where are we now? I feel like I should have more rocks, even on the sandy areas, but like, you know, make it a little bit larger. Oh, also, we got more swatch here, so I'm going to save this particular thing on the Lavender Desert instance here. Shush. Don't give me that noise. Cat. There she goes, whirring again. I really wish you would stop so I can focus on this Cadillac. I really wish you'd stop trying to do that. No, even though that's probably accurate. Okay, this needs to be further. I don't want too much rocks. But enough to at the very least show that there are some rocks within the area. Mainly probably just going to be in this area. Oh yeah, wait, there's more stuff that I wanted to do in that department. Before I fully finish it off. Really, cat. Stop trying to climb my legs while you're doing, or arms while you're doing this, not legs. Does this look like legs to you, Merv? Freaking. If she wasn't freaking constantly meowing at night, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't mind for this. But because you wake me up with your. I don't like it. Stop waking me up. You're not cute when you're doing that. You're annoying. How do you like it if I woke you up? Or gonna wake you up every time? Do you even take naps, or you just sit there with lay there with your eyes closed? Did I forget this? See what I mean? You can forget these things sometimes. Stop climbing my arms. I probably should make this like 3 or something. I kind of want to go upstairs. I can't even go upstairs anymore at this freaking time because they're freaking asleep, and every time I go upstairs, they are awakened by their dogs being annoying. I'm so tired, cat. I feel like this needs to be a little bit more shaded in to differentiate this and that. Ow. I think this also needs to be shaded in as well. Ear to ear. I can hear your ear. Can you hear my ear? Freaking cat. I wish you would break out of this soon so I don't lose any more sleep. Alright, there's something here that I want to do. I think there was something more that I wanted to. Wait, I had an idea, actually. This with the brush instead. Of course, we need to try to bring the spacing in a bit and maybe make the scattering a little bit more. Damn it. You move before I can hear your word ear form. I can't tell. Are you? Yeah, you are like flow jitter 100. I'll keep the flow jitter at 100. Why not? Alright, let's see. Okay. Cracks, I guess. I don't know what you'd call this. Oh god. I don't know. It kind of works, but it also kind of doesn't work, you know? Unless we like try to shade it in and have it try to combine with, say, like textures a bit. You just see like these weird looking triangular things right here blended in. I don't think this is what I'm looking for exactly. Is it this? Is this what I'm looking for? We'll leave that there because that still looks good. But is this the cracks that I'm looking for? Kind of. Got like this nice little rough, cracked patch. Maybe not of dirt. It does kind of work. Are you? Yeah, color dynamic is on. Push off. Yes. That's one demon in the obscure fields that I've been thinking about. One that I can't really forget because it haunts your nightmares. Talking about it will not do it any justice. The only way to do it any justice whatsoever is to draw it. I don't know when I'll draw it. When the obscure fields is made, most likely. But trust me, folks, this thing is a very strange and terrifying beast. It's not even terrifying in like a certain way. It's like the most weirdest and obscure kind of demon. Also, it's just like. Alright, I'll give you a hint on its name. The name that I'm thinking about is called Schneitmare. And there's a reason why it's called a Schneitmare. And you'll see why it's called a Schneitmare. Not soon enough, unfortunately. Oh, you're done? Okay, good. Great, you're finally done. Now is the time you decided to be done. For like the freaking several minutes you were there, now is the time you decided to be done. Shh, stop looking at your butt. Just seriously, looking asshole, I don't know why. It's like that thing with Family Guy. Except you don't really know. Although then again, well, you probably know. Alright, Cat, looks like you're done. Good, great, fantastic. Now, please go to sleep. Looks like you're about to finally go to sleep so that I can get some peace and quiet. Better go to sleep. Although it's probably best that you don't go to sleep and only go to sleep when I go to sleep, you know? Well, I don't know. I think most of that texturing and all that stuff is kind of finished. There's a little bit more that I want to add in, though, before I fully finish it off. Like, for instance, kind of like a... let's see. A dusty fog kind of deal. It's got to be a certain purple color. So don't forget, everything in the Lavender Desert is mostly just purple. God, where the hell am I going to put this? Arch. Here. What the hell? What the hell? I don't remember that being like that. What? I don't. When did I? Okay, so I guess I somehow managed to perfectly get that to look like that. I don't know. I'm not really paying attention too much about that. Alright, dust. 1A. Dust. Asthma. Take your breath away. That's another funny thing. For some reason, my brain took that song and it's just like, asthma takes your breath away. Instead of like the way it usually goes. Because it's like trying to teach you something or something, I don't know. It's funny to me, and that's all that matters. God dang it, it's funny to me, and that's all that matters. Okay, I guess some of the dust here has to kind of be deleted. Oh yeah, I guess some of the dust here does have to get deleted because of the way that's set up. Dust 1B. Okay, yay. Now we got some dust over here. Yeah, because when we have dust here, I guess the dust here kind of like has. Oh, we could do combo dust. So light purple dust, and then reddish dusts. But the reddish dust goes over to light purple dust. So it's a good combination, allowing for us to get a unique look. It's clever, right? I gotta be careful with how I do this though, so maybe reduce the dust here to like 80. Same with this. So now that we have that, no, not that. How long have we been at this? 2 hours, okay. After we gotten this done with, then we'll call it there. Where do I want to go to like fill this in? Maybe underneath the trees and then the rocks or something? And the cacti, and the rock over here. And the cracks, that's there, that's sand. Okay, the sand here, rock there. I think we go here. Dust, 1C. So you, okay, good, here's still that. So we do this to cover most of this area a couple of times. And then we switch over to this to fill in this part so it's more reddish. Reddish, purplish kind of tint. Mostly for like close up, and I guess the ones that are far out in the dunes. Oh yeah, this entire thing is so off-centered. It's so off-centered. The layers are literally all over the place. Alright, I'm gonna have dust over here. And the dust here will just be straight up red. And we'll cover up most of this area here. Although I guess we should probably have this part be a bit more brighter up top. Maybe? Yeah, there we go. Let's still keep the red look to it though. There's that. Let's say this again. I kind of want to adjust the leaves here a little bit before I fully finish it off. How am I going to do this? That's the question. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? I don't freaking know, man. I don't freaking know. It's basically just like palm trees, except they look dead and dilapidated, but you got like red stems near the leaves here. Some of them have that look to it, allowing it for it to do that. But other than that, yeah, I got that one not too long ago. It just doesn't look like I did. I did, don't worry. I did the thing. I got where I needed to go. Yeah, I could make a Minecraft video after this, but I won't have more time than make it. Yeah, that's the thing. We got Thursday and Friday, and hopefully we don't have Saturday to worry about. And we'll be able to get more done with, maybe. I spent all of Saturday trying to get certain things finished. And let me, whoops, I don't know if that brought that down or not. Also, this is off. Didn't notice that. Kind of too late now. Deviant. Oh, we got a new notification. Okay, here we go. Thank you. A good day to cry hard for watching. Now we got 998. Now we only need 2 more left, unless we lose one, because I feel like some of these are bots. Because I've been getting some watches that are like not a lot, but some watches that have like nothing there. Or maybe it's just those who just want to remain anonymous but want a favorite fetish art. That could very obviously be the case in that department. But I feel like I didn't shade a texture in these heads. I'll do it again, just in case. Whoops, not that. Head 1A, head 1B. Probably gonna have it combined. Wait, did I forget the spire? No, I didn't. But I do think the spire should kind of have this alongside the cracked looks. So I'll do that. There we go. There we go. Looks a lot more cragged. Or cragged, or whatever the hell the word is. That's dust, you fool. Go to rock 1A. If that didn't affect that, good. Good, great, fantastic. Rock 5D. I don't know if that's cragged. And that's dust, you idiot. Yeah, we'll leave that one untouched. The spire rocks are the ones that we'll have like that. And I guess there is kind of one more thing that I want to do. One more tiny little thing. You see these crystals here? What if they were glow? What kind of color though? Overlay 100? Or is that too much? I'm using the same color as the crystals here. Yeah, too much. 30? I like the idea of these having like a faint red glow to them. Thanks to, well, obviously the bulb bloom lights. Whoops. Read A. 30 overlay. Let me make this a bit smallest. And there we go. Okay, alright. Crystal Glow 2A. Even though that's really the only one we're making. It definitely does make these crystals be a little bit more, like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Less opaque, but also gives them that nice, vivid look, if you know what I mean. Okay, we got these crystals here who are all in their own area. Easy enough. Overlay 30. Whoops. Yeah, you can barely see anything thanks to the dust and the clouds in the back, but that's fine. Fog's probably also going to take up most of this area here. There we go. The crystal's got a neat little glow to it. These ones are a little bit more noticeable. I guess from afar you... Oh, wait, no, I forgot a set of crystals here, of course. These crystals that I could barely even see. But I feel like I gotta make them brighter. Crystal Glow 5A. Well, we'll see what happens when I do this. But I think I might have forgotten to make those brighter. Yeah, I must have forgotten to make those brighter. Go to Highlight, go to this, go to here, Crystal, and do this. There we go. I think some of them could really use a touch-up of glow. If you know what I mean. These could probably use a little bit more of a glow touch-up as well, just because. But these are fine. Okay, the basis for the Lavender Desert is completed. At least as far as I can take it, anyways. We got this particular region, which has these oil ponds here. The dunes, the mountainous area. And then the mineral area. I don't know what I'm going to call that. There's also one that's specifically designated to the shorelines to the Blood Ocean. Something to do about shipwrecks and maybe black wood bits that look like boats scattered all around the place. Maybe like a wind-up pirate skeleton thing that slowly walks towards you, but after it moves a little bit more, it gets faster and faster until it catches up to you and then kills you. I don't know how, but there you have it. At the very least, there is the basic background. There's still the demons that we have to draw, of course, and then there's still the effects and stuff. But I'll do the outlines of the demons off camera, and then I'll just color them all in, and then shade and text them in the next episode. I think this is as far as we can take it in all the adjustments that we can make for now. So, thank you all for watching today's Art Time video. If you liked it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, and check out that playlist. We also got Minecraft, for those that like to see me build. Cat's winding down, so this is a good time to stop. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.